Take a breath of fresh air. Take a little sigh. Come inside.
What is going on, everyone? I'm so excited to do another video, and I decided to do a series on freshness. I've done several ones that involve refreshing yourself and 1-minute refreshments and stuff like that, but it's good to switch it up. So I'm going to talk about freshness and what it's like to be a Christian, and several things that are brought up as Christians that we need to talk about. So today I decided to do a video about Christians going to clubs, and someone made this request. I decided to respond to this request, and I'm just so excited because that's a disputed topic. It's all kinds of debates about whether or not Christians should go to clubs and whether or not it's a sin, but there are certain things in the Bible and certain scriptures that we must follow that answer that question. So I found one scripture, and this is coming from 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 6. Now godliness with contentment is great gain. Now godliness with contentment is great gain. Let me reflect on that. Godliness with contentment is great gain. A lot of Christians and people who are children of God, they complain about their position. A lot of people are not happy with being followers of God. They think that their lives are boring or have to be boring. They think that they have to live this rigid life with no fun and no entertainment. And in relationship to clubs, think about the atmosphere that clubs are. A lot of clubs, the wild ones, a lot of them involve smoking, drugs. A lot of times sex is inside of the clubs, which is a trip. I've been to different clubs, as I mentioned before, and I've gotten a chance to see some crazy things. Just excessive drinking, and it's supposed to be a fun atmosphere, but a lot of people mess it up. They ruin the fun. It's a lot of cussing in there. It's just okay. When I went to the club, I kind of didn't want to be there. The first time I went, I didn't want to be there. But when I went, I said I had some ghetto fun. Don't get offended by this. I'm just being so general, not trying to judge at all. But I don't know, the more I went, the worse I felt for going there. And I just had to stop because it just didn't feel good. It didn't feel good going to clubs and everything. And so, I don't know, whenever you feel guilt going somewhere, I think that's when it becomes a bad thing. It depends on the person. Now, I felt guilt for going there. I really didn't want to go again because, I don't know, I got tired of cigarette ashes being dumped on me and beer and people cussing over my head and people want to dance with me. I didn't want to do it anymore. I just felt horrible. So, if you feel horrible about it, that's, I believe, when it's a bad thing. But think about it now. You don't want God to come back, or you don't want Jesus to come back, and you're in an atmosphere that's not godly. And the thing is, you want to live a lifestyle where you're surrounded by positive, wonderful, wholesome things. You want to be able, if you go anywhere, you want to be able to say, okay, yeah, Jesus is right here with me. I'm not ashamed to have him here where I am. Relating back to the scripture, sometimes we have to say no to things. As followers of God, we have to make decisions. We have to make very good decisions about stuff. And the thing is, we're supposed to be wise. We're supposed to follow the word. And we have to study the word to understand a lot of things. You can't, a lot of times it's hard to tell someone that, as, a child of God, you can't do a certain thing if they haven't read the scripture. If they hadn't read any scriptures, they don't know anything about the Bible. It's kind of difficult for them to understand. It's kind of like a situation where you're moving from milk to meat. A newborn baby can't eat a hamburger, without starting off on milk first. It has to start off easily. And I would just encourage you to study the word so that you can have an understanding of what's going on and how to live in this world. Going to the club, think about it. If it makes you feel bad to go, don't do it. Don't take the risk. If it's an atmosphere that's not wholesome or positive, there's all kinds of violence going on, why go? Why waste time? There are all kinds of other places you can go to. You can go to poetry clubs. You can go to lounges. You can go to chill places. Just think about where you want to go. Think about what you want to surround yourself with. And that's my thought for the day, my fresh thought for the day. And if you have any conflicts about anything, definitely send me a message or send me a comment or whatever. Uh, Whatever. Hey, I am open to anything you have to say. So focus on good things, positive things, wholesome things. Surround yourselves around positive people, good food, and good surroundings, and I think you'll be good. Don't complain if you're a Christian and if you want to be a follower of God, a diligent worker. Don't complain about the good things that you have to do. If you have to make positive decisions. I think that's the only way you can reap positive things is if you sow positive things. If you do good things, I think that good things will come back to you, and the Bible mentions that also. So that's about it, and peace out.
Take a breath of fresh air. Take a little sigh.